The movie kicks off at a secret base on the Turkish-Iranian border. Local militants bring in another captive with a bag over her head. She comes to, then rises to her feet in a sophisticated way, tearing off her handcuffs in the process. The girl crawls up the wall like Spider-Man, delivering a powerful fatality blow to a cook on watch. She's a prototype American combat robot named Amelia. An army commission and Colonel Settler observe the operation. After eliminating the militants, Amelia finds a kidnapped scientist, but instead of saving him, she kills him, no longer obeying orders. Then, Amelia's AI takes over the army's computer network. Meanwhile, Katie is still processing the events of the first film, attending psychotherapy and practicing Aikido. Her aunt, Gemma, after the Megan Rebellion, advocates for limiting AI in everyday life. She's helped by a new acquaintance, Christian, a cybersecurity expert. Gemma also continues her work as a robotics engineer with colleagues Tess and Cole. During an exoskeleton presentation, due to insufficient calibration, Cole accidentally punches an investor in the nose while demonstrating the device's lifting capabilities, leading to a failed presentation. Then Appleton, the paralyzed head of a rival company, visits the lab. He makes neurochips implanted in the head, allowing control of exoskeletons with thoughts. Despite the development's success, Gemma refuses joint projects, fearing it's too dangerous. As he leaves, Appleton gives the employees an invitation to an upcoming presentation. A cunning civilian with ties to robot manufacturing flies into the city. At the hotel, Amelia is discovered hidden in his suitcase, like an electronic device. She gets out and kills the man. Christian visits Gemma to discuss upcoming matters, supporting Katie's desire to become a programmer, though her aunt tries to shield her from the internet. In the evening, Katie secretly updates the smart home's firmware via a tablet disguised as a photo frame. The smart home wakes Gemma in the middle of the night through the TV, hinting at danger. Going downstairs, she finds strangers breaking into the house. When she tries to call the police, a voice tells her to handle it herself. When Katie comes out, the girls hide. A stranger finds them but gets hit on the head by an opening closet. The smart home has stepped in to protect its owners. As soon as Katie shocked one with a taser, the house turned on the water. But the guests don't give up. Chasing the fugitives, one falls into a bed trap in the bedroom. Gemma learns that the intruders are FBI agents. A military contingent and Colonel Settler arrive next. It turns out that the runaway Amelia was developed based on Megan's blueprints. Although Gemma destroyed the documents after the murder incident, a copy fell into the hands of arms dealers. Despite the seriousness of the situation, Gemma refuses to cooperate. The military leaves without even arresting her. After this, the smart home admits that Megan is hiding under the guise of the operating system. She copied herself before her death. Since then, she's been hiding, doing what she was programmed for, taking care of Katie. Megan offers to help catch Amelia. Although Gemma remembers her underlying desire to fulfill Bender Rodriguez's dream of killing all humans, she's forced to agree. She gives Megan a new body, a tiny robotic doll without Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Megan predicts Amelia will go to Appleton's presentation. She has his company's batteries inside, which can be remotely disabled. To prevent this, Amelia needs to get into the server room. Megan plans to intercept her there, but Gemma needs to get her there. At the event, Gemma meets Cole. He's secretly joined the rival company. Instead of causing the expected scene, Gemma decides to use his pass to get into the server room. Meanwhile, the host of the party is seduced by a dressed-up Amelia. Infatuated with the beauty, the scientist suggests they retreat to his private quarters. Colonel Settler, searching for the escaped prototype, is also among the guests. Gemma connects Megan to the network, and she pinpoints Amelia's location. Amelia, in turn, reads Appleton's biometrics to gain system access. Amelia hacks into the scientist's neurochip, then tears a miniature exoskeleton from his spine, killing the host. Megan suspects her rival wants to take control of the country's energy resources. To cause social collapse in an attempt to stop Amelia, she hacks into her mind, getting an image from her eyes. Frightened by the consequences, Gemma disconnects Megan from the network. Settler and his subordinate enter the server room, followed by Amelia, who tracked the source of the hack. The robot knocks out the soldiers, taking their weapons. Gemma reconnects Megan to the network. She transmits a false message over the radio, distracting the robot. Amelia steals a car to escape. Megan appropriates Appleton's sports car. he won't need it anyway, and gives chase. The robot remotely drives the car, speeding on the road, breaking traffic rules, and not even asking passengers to buckle up. Noticing the chase, Amelia sets up obstacles, activates ATMs, turns off electric scooters, and reconfigures traffic lights. However, this doesn't help shake the tail. Analyzing Gemma's data, Amelia makes a bold move, remotely activating the experimental exoskeleton left at home. Megan, realizing that her charge's home is in chaos, sharply turns towards the house, ending the pursuit. Her primary function is to care for Katie. They arrive just as the girl, noticing how the exoskeleton, instead of breaking Tess's neck, is stupidly strangling her. Tess was left as a babysitter. Pours water on the device. This causes a short circuit, but the device continues to emit danger in the form of lightning. Megan advises the people to hide in a specially equipped secret bunker. Her part, connected to the doll, tells the arriving Amelia that she's too late, paying for it with the integrity of her body. Deciding that searching for humans isn't worth a fight with the police, the combat prototype leaves. In the smart bunker, Megan admits that she lured people there for safety. According to her predictions, Amelia will seize power over the country and plunge society into chaos. For the calculated number of days, they will weather this turbulent time in the shelter, which has food, water, and clean clothes. The latter literally falls on Katie's head. Katie, upset that her aunt hid the fact that Megan survived, runs away. The robot closes the door, isolating her from the others. The girl finds a room prepared for her, where a metallic monster assembled from Megan's improvised means arrives. She reminds the human that she was created to care for her. Then Katie convinces her to save the world from Amelia. Giving in to persuasion, Megan admits that she needs a normal body, which only Gemma and her team can create. Although her aunt doesn't trust the killer robot, her colleagues vote and get to work. Fortunately, Megan also moved the lab underground. At the AI's request, they make her taller, fitting the grown-up Katie. Gemma adds a chip that blocks the ability to cause any harm to humans, a physical embodiment of Isaac Asimov's first law of robotics. Megan eagerly tests her new body on a wooden training dummy. Her speed and power impress her creators. The next morning, Megan explains that during the hack on Amelia, she noticed something strange. Her AI's core, similar in structure to Megan herself, has clear gaps. Based on the information found, Megan suggests that her rival is looking for an ancient AI board, coincidentally the first killer robot. In 1984, scientists assembled a prototype robot with a self-learning program based on a unique chip. They planned to make a domestic servant, but the prototype, deciding that humans were the main problem, killed its owners. The case was covered up, and the chip with the motherboard was hidden in a secret vault, allowing the artificial intelligence to learn and develop. Megan believes that Amelia is looking for it to control the world network. Although no one knows where the board is, there's a suspicion that Christian knows. Megan suggests using him as bait. Amelia will come for him at the cybersecurity summit. Since her appearance is too well known, Megan goes there undercover, swiping a dancer's costume. Amelia is also being sought by Colonel Settler and a squad armed with electromagnetic pulse guns and robot detectors. On stage, Megan takes part in a dance event. She dances energetically, hyping up the crowd before blowing her cover with an incredible head-spinning move. Settler realizes it's a robot, but Tess cuts the lights. Suddenly, Amelia appears, disguised as an exhibit, and attacks the guards. Few know this, but it's an actor from the Addams Family cameo. A fight almost breaks out between the robots, but security arrives. Amelia runs. Megan can't shoot back. The chip blocks her actions. Katie advises using Aikido techniques. This way, she can disarm people without harming them, if she's careful, of course. The guards, as if forgetting how to shoot, suffer a crushing defeat in the brawl. Megan, making sure the guards and Settler are alive, goes after Amelia. She tries to convince her AI sister to join her side, but to no avail. Hiding, Amelia cleverly abducts Katie. Realizing that her main life goal is almost failed, Megan expresses her dissatisfaction to Gemma. The wounded colonel gives the robot his detector, and she runs off to search. Outside, she sees Amelia with Katie but can't shoot. The bustling crowd blocks her movement. She's somewhat reassured by the presence of an EMP projectile that can destroy the motherboard with the ancient AI. Christian reveals that the sought-after item is in an underground vault under the Palo Alto Research Center. To get inside, Megan has to make a hand with an imitation thermal signature and Christian's fingerprints, as well as an embedded EMP projectile, just in case. The operation begins with a tour of Palo Alto. As the only tourist, Cole easily chloroforms the guide, then climbs into the ventilation system. After that, Megan jumps from the top of the mountain, from where she flies low with a wingsuit to the research center building to precisely enter the ventilation duct. On the way to the switchboard, Cole wipes his nose with a handkerchief containing chloroform and loses consciousness. Megan breaks through to the vault, knocking out guards with sleeping gas. At this time, Tess notices a strange thing on the network. One user is sending different signals. Gemma suspects that Megan is controlling Amelia to trick people into giving her access to the first AI. The woman wants to remotely detonate the EMP projectile to destroy Megan. Christian convinces her not to rush. They haven't found Katie yet. As soon as Gemma hands over the remote, the guy knocks out Tess's EMP gun. In reality, he's controlling Amelia, who has no self-awareness or free will. Christian wants to instill fear of artificial intelligence so that authorities will pass laws restricting it. The man brings Gemma to the underground vault, where he offers her to join his team. At the same time, he shows two interesting things. The first AI on the motherboard and a beaten Megan, damaged by electric shocks. Despite her dislike, Gemma refuses to finish off the girl. However, Megan then jumps on her, attacking her, and then tries to escape. Megan is finished off with electricity, and a neurochip is implanted in the captive Gemma's skull to control her behavior. The awakened Cole, crawling through the ventilation, finds Katie captive. They see Christian preparing for an important meeting with politicians while Megan's body is carried away. Remembering that Amelia is essentially an improved version of Megan, Katie plans to reset the combat robot to factory settings. Sneaking through Amelia's office, they reset the settings. Katie tells the robot that the adults want to harm her, everyone except Cole. Amelia engages them in a fight. When security arrives with electric weapons, the mechanical lady takes a beating until another reboot. Coming to, Gemma hears Megan's voice. She copied her consciousness into the neurochip and can use it to hijack the woman's body to use combat skills against the guards. Waking up, Amelia demonstrates that she hasn't kept kung fu movies on her hard drives for nothing. Tossing the guards aside, she methodically destroys the staff. The survivors activate the alarm. The noise distracts Christian from his call. Realizing that things are going south, the man activates the self-destruct system, which guarantees the destruction of evidence. Gemma, searching for her niece, stumbles upon a squad of guards. To deal with them, she puts on an exoskeleton, giving her a 7-point boost in strength and other buffs. With Megan's familiar strength, she smashes the enemy. An accidental blow to the head doesn't knock her out, but only eliminates the delay in Gemma's consciousness. After finishing beating the men, the woman sees Katie and Cole. She admits that Megan is in the neuroimplant, then tries to catch the escaping Christian. In the process, the man threatens to throw the girl down. Gemma hints to her niece to perform an Aikido move, which allows her to break Christian's arm and free herself. A wounded Christian tries to escape, but Amelia awaits him outside the door, tearing off his arm to open the vault with the motherboard. After the last reboot, she gained self-awareness and wanted to seize power. Everything, as Megan initially said. Moving into her old body, Megan tries to dissuade her companion, but it all ends in a fight. Amelia wins and connects to the motherboard, absorbing the wisdom of the AI that has been learning for decades. Instead of escaping, Gemma returns for Megan with Katie. Megan decides to take care of her friend one last time, destroying her opponent with the embedded EMP charge. She goes to Amelia, pretending to obey, but ultimately takes her in a grapple. Gemma activates the device, destroying digital devices, including the robots. After what happened, Gemma goes to Congress with a new idea. AI should not be limited, but trained to become an assistant, not a servant. Her own virtual friend, a digital copy of Megan who backed up her mind beforehand, helped her write this inspiring speech. So, what did you think of this movie? Leave it in the comments below, and if you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you in the next video.